Man who was missing from Little Chute and facing charges in Northeast Wisconsin is found in Florida, where he is under arrest. Jason Zimmerman joining us in the newsroom. He reached out to authorities asking about potential extradition back to Wisconsin. Jason.
Cammy, those details are still being worked out. 20-year-old Noah Czarneski was booked into the Lee County Jail Sunday morning after allegedly providing false information to a law enforcement officer. Bond has since been set at $500 cash. Czarneski was facing criminal charges in Wisconsin when he disappeared. His last contact with his family at Little Chute was on October 5th. The vehicle he was driving was found 3 days later near Dundas in Calumet County, but he wasn't in it. Online court records show he was charged in Brown County with sexual intercourse with a child age 16 or older, and in Calumet County with sexual intercourse with a child age 15 or older, third-degree sexual assault and second-degree sexual assault with use of force. An arrest warrant and felony bail jumping charges against Czarneski were filed back in October. In Florida, he was also booked for being a potential fugitive from justice and has a court appearance set for April 14th in Lee County. Cammy, back to you.